So something that is incredibly valuable at Monte Rosso is the core team. So there is a lot of experience on the team, from Dionisio, that is celebrating 38 years of dedication to Monte Rosso, to Primo at 18, Nisa Photo, our newest team member, at 2 years, and then Antonio at 20 years. I've got a lot of experience, and that is amazing because it makes my job a little bit easier and allows me to learn, but it also allows for things to be done correctly. As you look at some of these head trained vines, you'll see there's zero uniformity across any of them. So some of them are truly 127 years old, and then some of them are a little bit younger. I talked about some of the inner plants. So if I had to guess, this is probably about 8 to 10 years old. You'll see we've gone after having more alternate positions so things aren't stacking up on each other. There's more opportunity for airflow and light exposure. But like I said, this isn't always the case. And so something that I failed to mention is when you're pruning in these vines, you can't just come in with, you know, a one shoe fits all. You really have to think about individually how things are going to be set up and how they're going to grow and what opportunities we're going to be able to maximize on this vine without having so many hand touches. So that's why I think pruning is important, because it sets the stage. It sets you up for all of the work that you're going to have to do for the rest of the year. So let's take a look at some of the pruning being done here. So you can see this vine has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 positions, not including the renewal positions that we've left. So back to talking about the renewal positions, that one's actually perfect. So hopefully we can get that guy to grow and lignify, and that will be a better position because it's in the center there, it's off the middle, and then maybe we can start getting rid of some of these outlier positions. But you'll see the complexity is off the charts in a vine like this, and certainly all of our 127-year-old Zinfandel, where trying to think about what this is going to look like at full canopy is incredibly important. You'll see the guys are moving through here pretty quickly, and that all adds up to experience. But this isn't easy work. I'm certainly the weakest link, but this is what we kind of take into consideration when pruning head trained vines, and the experience in addition to how we manage the vines is what has allowed it to live for 127 years old. So I mentioned when we're pruning, these vines become gnarly because they tend to keep pruning on the same side as to not interrupt the xylem flow and all the nutrient flow to the growing point to keep it viable. But we are making some bigger cuts. So we kept it consistent on one side because with each cut, it's just like humans. You will have scar tissue. So the bigger the cut, the deeper the scar tissue is going to go. And so keeping it all on one side keeps the growing point viable, but it starts making it go gnarly. And so as these start to turn, you'll see it's because the position has moved just enough over the course of 127 years old that it's gotten tall, it's gotten a little bit twisted, and we've made it up to this point, and it still stays consistent to where the cuts are. And I think it's really interesting because if you think of like a tree with tree rings, that's kind of how you can look at the holes and the cut patterns on the vines. So That's a very fun aspect to kind of look and gauge at how old a vine really is. Please let me know with questions or comments that you guys have about what I spoke to you about today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and this has been Pruning in our 127-year-old Zinfandel.